Hey everyone, it's Fanatic Rolfer, joining you at Elm Creek Park Reserve. You can see here's the shot on hole 1. Skips right behind the basket. This is one of my favorite Minnesota courses, and you'll see why. Love this hole 1, 356 foot downhill par 3. Just got to aim at the right angle down low. I go with the buzz there. I've thought about going with the zone, but I like to glide with the buzz. It makes it nice and easy. As you can see, I love the scenery of this course is outstanding. You have the mulch next to the baskets, and it was recently mowed when I played, so it just made the experience all the more better. Just a wonderful day for disc golf. Got a birdie putt to start out the day. I actually like this distance for starting out the day. It can give you a lot of confidence if you can make it. That one felt good. A little low, right on line. Stayed in there. Starting out with the birdie. That feels great on this course. This course, it is tough to get birdies, easy to take big numbers. So that's a confidence booster right there to make that putt. Anytime you can make a little bit of a tester putt or a longer putt to start the day, I always feel that my putt feels much better after that, or I just have the confidence. Hole 2, we got 380 feet, par 3. This one is slightly uphill, and the angle is a little bit sloped right to left. So it's a little bit of a tricky shot, especially for going backhand. I go with my Zeus here, trying to get this thing to flip up and ride to the right and finish left. And I do just that. I thought I'd get more of a skip, but it kind of just sat down there. But I was really pleased with that drive. It was exactly where I was aiming. There's times I've turned it over too much to the right or let it fade out left. That'd be a great hole if you have a big forehand. I think the slope plays a little bit better for you. So birdie putt here on 2. This would be a fantastic way to start out. And I hang it out to the right there. Player number 2, though, almost makes the correction.
Close.
That's all right. Just to have a close birdie look on that, that feels amazing. It's an open hole, but it's a little tricky, and maybe when I get more distance, it'll be easier, but taking an easy par always feels good. All right, heading on to hole 3. We have a 327-foot par 3 uphill. This one is all about angle control. You do not want to end up left in the woods. Very thick woods, and it really drops off there. Again, going with the same Zeus.
It's pretty good.
Really good angle on that. Maybe just a little bit more height or throw a little flatter to get some more turn, but it was right in line. Pretty pleased with that shot, and it was safe. So that's the biggest thing. And I have a decent look here. Slightly uphill. Not bad, just maybe a little bit flatter would have gone in. Player number 2 hits the pitch.
That's okay.
Still not a bad bid. Kept it close. Another easy par. Tapping that in here for the 3. It's fun having the mulch around the baskets. Visually it looks awesome, and it's fun because it's a little harder to have the disc stay on the mulch. If you hit the mulch, you can skip it, but if you hit the grass and then it goes into the mulch, you're going to be close to the basket. All right, hole 4, 308. Kind of a tricky one here. It goes straight and then at the last second dips to the right, slightly downhill. I used to throw a backhand, kind of flippy putter or mid, but now I decided to go with the forehand. It's been working well the past few times. Forehand with the buzz here, and you can see out of the hand that just was out on Anheuser. It needed to be on some angle, or at the very least flat. And I got very fortunate with this kick here.
Man,
that could have been really bad. It could have kicked into the woods, but it actually kicked out back into the fairway. And I actually have a decent little look here. Don't need to go too crazy, but just throw it out there with the Luna. A little past it, skipping off the mulch. Nice little tap in for the 3. This course puts a lot of pressure on you, and with holes like this that you feel like you should get. But at the end of the day, you just gotta work with what you got, keep moving forward. This next hole, though, this next hole is all about not taking a big number, taking a par. It is a monster of a hole. 511 feet, par 3. This one keeps curving to the right the entire way. So I used to try to get a lot of distance off it, but now I just take a Buzz SS, throw it flat with some angle, let it turn, and then it's far enough that it'll slow down and fade back to the left. This one looked okay to start. I just didn't get enough movement on it. So you can see it's fading off to the left there.
Not good.
I say not good. It's not the worst mistake there. If you actually turn it over too much, you get pinched off to the right. So this isn't the worst spot. I can actually see the basket. It's a very tricky fairway because you want to end up to the left of it so you can have a better angle at the basket. I go forehand Athena here.
Come out, come out, come out.
And that just came out on a little too much anhyzer. If it was flat, I think the shape would have been perfect. But really good distance still. Pin high, just in the rough on the left, but close to the basket here. So here I'm trying to decide if I should use my normal stance or if I should go straddle. And I decided to go straddle. I was hitting some leaves on the way back and putt was feeling confident, so I decided to go with the straddle. And it pays off right in the heart.
There we go.
A par in this one feels like a birdie. This is an insane par 3. I would argue it could almost be a par 4, but I understand, but I don't think I've ever seen a birdie achieved on that. Hole 6, we got 389 feet, straight out ahead. So now we're working with the same slope, now sloping left to right. Sometimes I go big hyzer around the pole to the right, but today I go with a force flat. Let it turn a little bit. And just a beautiful flight. It might be hard to see, but I was super pleased with that. Pin high, just to the left. That is exactly the shot that you want. There's some dangers if you throw a flippy disc on this hole and it's windy. You can make it turn right and go way down the hill. A little bit of a sketchy putt though for birdie. Going downhill. Just got to make sure, line it up, angle it right, and right in the middle. Birdie through that feels great. Being 2 down at this point in the round feels amazing. Without any bogeys as well. Hole 7, 283, downhill par 3. Similar to hole 1, but instead the hole is on the slant, so it's very tough to land it close. I'm going with an ESP zone here, trying to hang it out to the right, let it skip and slow down.
Slow down. It's way too far.
Not a bad shape. It
Way
just
too far.
threw it way too far and it skipped, went past the basket. But at the end of the day, I still have a look here. Uphill putt. And push it to the right. That was close. It's close. I definitely need to work on some putting and some more pop on it so I can just aim at the basket instead of letting it drift in. So we got a par here. There it is. This is another hole that hurts not to get the birdie. It's a shorter hole. I feel like you should be able to get it. But you got to move on. Hole 8, 368, par 3. Still at 2 down. So this one's just on the top of that ridge. So I'm going with the Zeus here. The toughest part is trying to get up on that ridge. It's very easy to land at the base. This one's about halfway up on that.
Good.
Which, I felt pretty good about it. I've never had one land at the top. I would be curious of what happened if you get a skip or maybe go past the basket. But I still feel good. It's nice to have another birdie putt. That is a luxury on this course to have birdie putts. And just off to the right again. That one was a little better, just need to aim it better.
Man.
Player number 2 makes it. You can hear I'm a little frustrated at myself. And it's because this course, it can really eat you up because you take a bogey or you take a bigger score and it's hard to come back from that. But I should be pleased because I haven't had any bad shots yet, no costly mistakes, and 2 birdies, so I should feel good. Hole 9, 323, par 3. I love this hole a lot. This is a shared tee pad. It's a circle tee pad, but the shape on this I love. You want to flip up something, have it ride straight, I'm going with the Buzz SS here, and that was an absolutely pure shot.
Yes,
Skipped off
let's
the
go.
grass onto the mulch. I was very amped at that. No, I love the design on this one. You got trees on the left and right. Have to throw a perfect shot that rides, and then don't want it to skip too much. Buzz SS is my play. Fairway driver isn't a bad idea, but then you're contending more with the speed at the end of the flight, and maybe it's skipping more. So a birdie to finish out the front nine, 3 down, which anything under par or at par feels amazing on this course. Sometimes disc golf courses can be a little bit easier. This one I really do feel plays more like a golf course scoring wise. If you're getting even or close to even, you should feel really good about that score. All right, walking over to hole 10 here. Hole 10. This is another. It has a tricky shape to it. You can see, kind of pointing to where the fairway is. So you have to push something left, and there's 2 ways you can do it. You can try to cut the inside on hyzer, or you can try to push the back boundary of trees and have something fade. This one is a little bit safer. I hang it out wide, let it fade left. I went with my more stable Zeus there. This is one where you just want to play it for par. No need to do anything risky. Little upshot here with my ESP zone, and look out!
Oh my goodness!
I was so surprised that thing skipped up at the basket, but I realized now looking at it that it skipped off the mulch, which caused it to get a bigger skip. So a little stress-free par here. This might be kind of a boring round, but that's what good golf is sometimes. Taking a par on that hole. And now, heading on to hole number 11. But yeah, hole number 11, 413 feet, par 3, still at 3 down. This one, really nice looking hole. The gap sort of gets smaller, and then it slopes down at the end. So you got to flip up a driver here, let it ride straight. I go with my Zeus here, and once again throw a nice pure line.
A little short, but that's good.
He took the words right out of my mouth. I thought it'd be a lot closer, but it kind of checked up here, and you can see the green is a little treacherous here. If you ever have a drive that comes in hot, you could be skipping off the mulch and going in the woods. So this is I'm debating on what to do. I decide to run it.
Oh boy.
And might not have been the best idea. Thankfully didn't skip too far. But I got a tester here for par. Putt's feeling good and it's in. But that is one, depending on the round, I will usually lay that up because it's easy to mess up the upshot, skip into the woods and go far and have a tester for par. Hole 12, this is a tough one. 462 downhill, goes straight, curves to the right, and then straightens out here. You need a really, really technical shot to get it close. I go with the Zeus here. Came out too flat, and that thing turned really far right. And I was waiting to see if it was going to fade back, and it did not. So I'm very disappointed because I don't want to lose that Zeus. I ended up looking for it and couldn't find it, so I'm throwing a provisional here, throwing the Thrasher. A little easier to hit, throwing it on hyzer, letting it flip right to the right. That one's pretty good. That one faded out a little left. I was just trying to throw a safe play there. But I was pretty bummed. Pretty bummed there to have to throw another shot, losing a disc. So technically this is for 4. Laying up there onto the mulch. But
let
me take it away here.
Oh, I cannot. Hopefully in the video I stop and talk about, I thought I'd lost this thing forever. This Zeus has been so good to me. It's hard to find one that flips up like how I want it to do. I just didn't want to lose it. And look at that. That is a play. That is crazy. All right.
So I thought that it got caught into the woods on the right. I'd been looking for a while, and I decided to look. I'm like, oh, just in case it got past. But it was a really good shot somehow. Maybe a line that I'll have to try out in the future. So a 5 now turns into a par, which I feel amazing on this one because I've taken some big numbers on that hole.
About that.
There's times I've hyzered out, I've thrown it too high, and I hyzer out to the left and end up into the woods. it's a tough hole. I think it's another one that I should try to play for par more. All right, 317. We got hole 13, still 3 under, par 3. This one goes uphill. So I'm trying to get a little bit more distance here. I go with the passion. Nice flip up shot here. And that one came out a little early, came out a little left. Still got decent distance, but not the shot I was looking for. So it faded into these woods here. And thankfully, I've not thrown a shot deep into the woods. It can be very treacherous. There's lots of times you just have to lay up. It can get really risky on this course. So I'm trying to get comfortable here. Have to straddle out. Putt for the birdie. And hanging out to the right, but no harm, no foul. That would have been a tricky putt to make.
Turn more.
Yeah, you can see I just needed to put that, get some more behind that passion. Just kind of an early release. But again, another stress-free par. Hole 14, 774 feet, par 4. This is another tough one. Just got to angle something low, gets up in the middle of the fairway.
Oh, come out.
And that just flips over to the right away.
Looks bad, but
that's not usually my mistake. Usually I set hyzer out something left, which isn't the worst. This I looked for a while, and it actually got a lot farther than I thought. So, not the worst position, but I got this tree to contend with, and that kind of takes out the birdie because I lose the ceiling. So I go with an Avenger SS here. Just trying to throw something in the middle of the fairway.
That's okay.
Again, this is one that this hole can really eat you up. Third shot here. Decide to go with the Luna. Going uphill. Just on some hyzer. Let that thing fade.
There we go.
And a nice stress-free par. This is one very tough birdie. This is a course I I always come back to it because I want to birdie holes that I've never birdied before. And I definitely have not birdied that one before, so par feels good. All right, hole 15, 208. This is a fun one. You got had some longer holes. Now you got one that's downhill 208. Very touchy shot. I decided to go with Luna here. I've been messing this one up, but I throw such a good line on this. That was perfect. That one's an interesting shot. It's easy to overpower the Luna or not put enough power, but that was pure. Nice birdie putt here, and I hit it high. That's a bummer. Especially late in the round, looking for another birdie. After a really good shot too, it even hit the grass, but then when it got into the mulch, it just slid past. Something I can learn from there. Hole 16, 286 par 3, uphill, and then fades out to the left. This one's all about hitting the right angle. I go with my Vulture, ESP Vulture. Put this one on a good move.
Maybe. We'll see.
I like the line of that. This one, for some reason, I've been messing up. I think sometimes I throw it too high and I lose distance, but onto the mulch. And I'm getting that birdie that I did not get on the hole before, which feels great. All right, heading to hole 17. Very technical hole, 311, par 3, 4 under. I try to hug this right side. Something going straight with the buzz here, and that one just came out on hyzer and high. That's not going anywhere. That one ends up hitting a tree.
That was just
very
atrocious.
touchy shot there. There's potentially a forehand line, but I haven't really messed around with that. So here, I'm right up against the tree. Get a good mark down. Decide to go with backhand here. Just feel confident that I can get something close. This is another touchy upshot. Easy for it to go short or long. And going with that Luna there. I'll leave myself with a bit of a tester downhill. But I line it up and it sneaks in on the left side. So bogey free, another par. Some missed opportunities, but overall feeling great heading into hole 18. And hole 18 is a fun one. 685 par 4. You go downhill, and then you start going uphill to that big white building up there. Going with the Zeus again. Put a good move on it, but that thing is drifting right and hitting the tree, falling out. The line was, or not the line, the angle was really good, but I didn't expect that thing to keep turning or be able to reach the trees. So I'm pinched off here to the right. I'm going with a Hades. Trying to make something happen. Go stand still, get something to go, but just not enough power to get close to the basket there. This is another one on my list that I'd love to birdie someday. But I got an easy upshot. Maybe you can give something a run here for 3. Little Luna kind of half go there.
Oh my word.
I throw a second one. I don't know why I'm upset at it, because check this out. Both of those Lunas ended up on top of each other, which is just hilarious. But again, another stress-free par. Can't complain. I like to complain, but if you're shooting bogey-free on Elm Creek, that's amazing. So yeah, I ended up taking a 4 down, a 52. This is one of my favorite courses. It is provides a unique challenge out of the courses around here. It reminds me a little bit of the toboggan on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Not that extreme, but I don't know, going up and down the hills with the chalets. But yeah, absolutely love the course. Elm Creek, part of the Three Rivers Park courses. And it's been a pleasure. That's one of my best rounds at Elm Creek. If you get the chance, be sure to check it out. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.